Addendum. Since the original recording of this video, the release number previously referred to as Release 1.5.7 has been updated to Release 1.6. Please make a note of it while watching the remainder of this overview.
Welcome to the What's New overview for the MyView portal application. This video walks you through the features and enhancements which are being introduced into the MyView portal application for Release 1.5.7. The features and enhancements being introduced into this release consist of the following for Premier-only accounts. Performance views. All other service package account types will receive the Add User function, as well as the Uncategorized cases. Selecting the Performance panel and the Network Status sub-option reveals the enhancements made to the screen on the right. First, at the top of the screen, the breadcrumbs display has been introduced. This display allows the user to see the directory structure of MyView to Performance to Network Status. This structure is selectable in case you wish to navigate back up the directory path. The next enhancement is the network time and user time. This allows the user to understand if the network being viewed resides in a different time zone than their own. In this way, timestamps on case notes and alarms events will align. Below the timestamp indicators are newly introduced tabs. The Overview tab is currently being viewed in the lower right diagram. The Details tab contains an expanded views of call trend and the radio affiliation trend line charts as seen in the top diagram. The Notices and Bulletins tab contains a table of all notices and bulletins pertaining to your specific network configuration as seen in the lower diagram. Notice the subnetwork status has been moved from the upper right to the upper left-hand side of the screen. It has been expanded to show numerical values of the threshold alerts and other site alerts. The numerical values can be selected to reveal the drill down of the site list behind the value. The site status map now resides to the right of the subnetwork status table and has been modified with a higher resolution of mapping capabilities when zooming in. Next, the radio dials for channel utilization and affiliation have been moved down to the middle of the screen. As you can see, the dial indicators have a contiguous graphic for the green, orange, and red zones. This enhancement has not changed the way in which the radio dial performs. To the right of the radio dials are the call trend and radio affiliation trend line charts. Comparison between the radio dials and the trend line charts allows the user to analyze the associated data being gathered on the network. The channel utilization by call type bar chart has been moved to the very bottom of the screen, and depending on the screen's dimensions may be below the screen's ability to display. Simply scroll down to reveal the bar. Now let's explore the enhanced map view. Again, the breadcrumbs reside at the top of the screen. The Sites drop-down has been moved to the left of the search box, while the Sub-Network drop-down resides to the right of the search box. A new selection of site type has been introduced and contains the options of Prime, Remote, Standalone, and MSO. The Layers feature is now an icon instead of a checkbox. The site icons have been updated to pin icons, which contain either a check mark, green color for normal status, a double up arrow, orange color for impaired status, or an exclamation mark, red color for alert status. The plus and minus buttons allow the zoom functions, while the house icon returns the zoom value to the system default level. As before, when selecting a site pin on the map, a pop-up box will appear with the site details. We will review the new look of this box in the Site List option. Moving to the Site List option, the breadcrumbs are at the top of the screen. The search area has been laid out with the search box on the left, the subnetwork drop-down to its right, and the new site type drop-down. A new search criteria of alerts has been introduced with the options for high call count, high affiliation count, high usage, low open position count, and other site alerts. The cards have been enhanced to highlight the site status, icon and color, the site name, zone, site ID, site type, alerts, link state, calls, and open POS. Selecting the site name within the card will allow the user to drill down into these site details. Note, the tabs within the site drill down allow for the user to view the performance, trend lines, and incidents. A new feature being introduced in Release 1.5.7 is the Add User functionality. This feature will allow an administrator to add a user to an existing account and assign the user's role for that account. Note, the user must already have registered for a Motorola Solutions account, also known as a single sign-on account. Once the user has registered, they should provide their user ID or login ID to their administrator for addition into the MyView portal application.
Lastly, a new card is being added to the dashboard within the Home panel for essential and advanced service packages. This card is called Uncategorized Cases. When opening a case within the NOC or SSC, sometimes the case falls outside of the predetermined categories of those being tracked by the MyView portal application. These cases can now be tracked by this card. These cases are also available to be viewed in more detail by selecting the All Cases panel in the left-hand navigation under the Reports option. This option is available to all service package customers.
This concludes the What's New overview for the MyView portal application.